So guys, we really need to talk about that state of play we just saw. It was not very good, let's call it that. Another thing, what really happened with the actual PlayStation showcase? No one knows. Let's talk about that. So actually, not too long ago I made a video about a PlayStation showcase that would happen. I was pretty sure of it actually. I was thinking, yeah, PlayStation is probably going to do a showcase in May. They did it last year. And I believe they even did it in 2021. In 2022 it was a state of play. So I was like, yeah, sure. It's probably going to happen. It was a state of play, not a showcase, but oh well. And it's just very weird how PlayStation feels the need to not do a showcase now, which I do not understand whatsoever. And it has to do probably, I think, with their marketing strategy for their upcoming games. They want to market their games that are closer to launch. And you know, it has its own positives, but it also brings its own negatives. We don't know anything about the future, especially on a single player front. The only game we know of is Wolverine. And that's it. Officially, of course, because we have the leaks, the Insomniac leaks. We have the Venom game that is supposed to be aimed for next year, or maybe 2026 now if it gets another delay. That is really all we know at the moment from first party. You know, that is not enough, in my opinion. They want to sell a PlayStation 5 Pro at the end of this year to us, to the hardcore market, to the hardcore PlayStation market. Sony, why the hell would I buy a PlayStation 5 Pro if there is no game from first party that's going to make use of it? Is Concord going to make use of the PlayStation 5 Pro's power? Is that what you're going to rely on Concord and Astrobot? Come on. You can't be serious, right? Video game development takes a long time. I get that. But there are a lot of studios we don't know jack shit of at PlayStation that are absolutely ready to show off something of a teaser. Band Studios, huh? Or what about Cory Barlog? We don't know anything of what Cory Barlog has been doing since God of War 2018. He didn't actively make Ragnarok, that was another team. There are a lot of PlayStation studios with stuff that have been making games, and you can't tell me we can't at least get a teaser for the future for something. I don't get PlayStation sometimes, I really don't. Now, to be fair, on that predictions video that I did, I do have some stuff right, like the Astrobot game, that was correct. Also Concord, that was correct. I was in the state of mind that we would get a showcase, but we got a state of play. Even from a third-party perspective, this state of play was very weak with just Silent Hill 2 there, which is a no-brainer, and Monster Hunter. That's it. Nothing else from Capcom, Proc, Mata, hint, hint, or Resident Evil, or anything from Square Enix, or like EA, Ubisoft, other big publishers. No, okay, Bandai Namco. Luckily though, there have been some new rumors from Tom Henderson that there is going to be a actual PlayStation showcase, not a state of play, a showcase at the end of this year, somewhere maybe around September or October. So there is something coming, hopefully, from a showcase perspective. If this is all it for this whole year, with maybe just a small state of play, another one, I'm going to be very disappointed. Last year was already very lackluster. Now, so far this year hasn't been any better with PlayStation. They need to ramp it up. They cannot get lazy, I'm sorry. And if you want to sell me a PlayStation 5 Pro, you have to do better than Astrobot. I like Astrobot, but that is not a console seller, Sony. I'm sorry. Let's quickly go over the actual state of play, what was shown. And there was some good stuff. Not everything was bad, but it was definitely not my favorite state of play, shall I say. They started off with Concord. This is what PlayStation fans have been waiting for. Concord. Oh my god. This looks like another hero shooter. 5v5 live servers crap. Great, Sony. Thank you. PlayStation fans are trained for single player games. When they see this stuff, don't expect a good reaction out of this. This is not what PlayStation fans want to see, Sony. I'm going to be very brutally honest here. It looks okay, it doesn't look horrible at all, but this is not what the fan base is waiting for. Fingers crossed that Concord is not bad. It will release around August, and there will be a beta in July. So let's wait for that. Hopefully it's fun somehow, this game. God of War Ragnarok is coming to PC. This could have been just in a blog post, but oh well. I love God of War, don't get me wrong, but I don't think this is a very big announcement. And then there are a lot of games that I was just not excited for whatsoever. Dynasty Warriors, it's not really my thing. I'm happy for the Dynasty Warriors fans out there, but I'm not one of them. Then there's this new game, Infinity Nikki. What the hell is this? It looks like a Pokemon Snap kind of like picture-taking game. Not my thing either. And then there was an actual game that I was excited for. Ballad of Antara. This looks actually pretty cool. The trailer looked pretty cool. And then I saw online that this is a free-to-play game. I hope that's not true. If that is true, then all my excitement went down the drain. Then Skydance came with a VR game. Cool for the 5 PSVR owners out there. Alien Rogue, another VR game for those 5 people. Marvel Rivals is basically another Overwatch clone. I'm just going to skip that. The only game that got me interested is Where Winds Meet. This is kind of like an open world action RPG, like a modern Assassin's Creed games, like Valhalla. Not like a Souls-like. It's more of a traditional action RPG game. This looks pretty cool. Chinese mythology. I'm in for that. Until Dawn. Another PlayStation 4 remake we don't need. Path of Exile. That looks pretty cool. Then Silent Hill 2 remake. I'm actually excited for this. The trailers looked a bit rough animation-wise, but they actually released a full-length gameplay of 13 minutes of gameplay. And it looks actually better in that gameplay. So watch that online on YouTube. Maybe I will put it here on screen for you if I have the time to put it in. But yeah, I do think the raw gameplay looks better for this game. At least better than the trailers. It's coming out on the 8th of October, so that's pretty cool. Monster Hunter Wilds. I'm not a big Monster Hunter fan. I do think this looks pretty cool though, but the problem I have with Monster Hunter games, there's not good story there or lore, so I always am a bit turned off by these games. They are more multiplayer focused. They say you can play it single playerly, but they kind of want you to play this with friends. So I'm never really hyped for Monster Hunter games, but it looks pretty cool, graphically at least in my opinion. The Astro Bot game, that is something I'm actually excited for, and they already said online, I saw somewhere, that this game has 80 levels, and I already see that the variety will be pretty good as well. I cannot wait for a full-fledged Astro Bot game that plays like the PlayStation 5 demo. It's launching in a few months on September 6th. Yeah, and that was it for this State of Play. It was pretty bad. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I expected more. Even from a third-party perspective, this was pretty empty. No Square Enix, no Bandai Namco, only one Capcom game, Resident Evil, Pragmata. What the hell is happening with that game? So, Concord and Astro Bot were basically the big highlights of the State of Play. But to put all your money in those two is too weak, in my opinion. Yeah, that was the whole state of play, it was kind of mid, not going to lie. I hope Summer Game Fest is going to be better. And the Xbox Showcase don't disappoint me. I actually have to say, last year's Xbox Showcase was actually pretty good. If they can follow that, then Xbox might win it for me for the summer showcases again, just like last year. Let me know what your opinion is on the PlayStation Showcase in the comment section down below. Let's quickly do a comment of the day, because I actually forgot to do one last time. Sorry for that. I actually got a lot of negative comments on my Final Fantasy video. A lot of, not towards me by any means, towards Final Fantasy VII Remake and Rebirth, which I just do not agree with. I really love Final Fantasy Rebirth. It's one of the best modern Final Fantasy games so far. I do not get the hate for this at all. I know some people do not like the story that's in the remakes. I get that, but on a gameplay front, these games are so well done. I disagree with a lot of the comments I'm seeing here under my video. I did not expect so many people to be sour on it. I think they are just hardcore Final Fantasy fans that are very passionate, I suppose. But you know what? I'm a filthy Kingdom Hearts fan, so what do I know? So I'm going to take a comment from the Resident Evil video, because those are more positive. Let's take a comment from Darth Nilius. While I'm excited for Code Veronica and Zero Remake, I wouldn't trust Dusk Golem. He flip-flopped so much regarding Resident Evil 9. Yeah, that's true. I also told him that in the reaction on the comments. And he was wrong about that. He openly said that. But the thing is, he hasn't been... My man, he hasn't been wrong once when it comes to horror stuff, horror games, Resident Evil and Silent Hill. He has been spot on constantly. I've been following him for a very long time. I remember him talking about Silent Hill short message a full year before that was revealed. He knew about that and leaked stuff, and yeah. No, I'm not saying you should believe him on everything, but when it comes to horror stuff, he's pretty trustworthy. So that's also why I still use him as a source for my videos. If you have a good comment of your own, let me know in the comment section down below, and I might feature your comment in the next video. Thank you guys for watching. As always, like this video if you like it, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more gaming news, leaks, rumors towards the biggest single player games. I also cover Xbox as well as Nintendo, as long as there are big single player games. Thank you guys for watching as always. I love you all, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.